April 2018, Idaho Falls. My day started like any other. I was driving home from my shift at the Idaho National Laboratory, tired but glad it was finally Friday. The sky was already darkening, and I noticed heavy clouds gathering on the horizon, lit up by eerie flashes of lightning. The air smelled of rain, and the wind was starting to howl, as if hinting at something unusual. I parked near my house on the outskirts of town, close to the Snake River, and barely made it inside before the sky unleashed a deluge. Hail the size of grapes pounded the roof like someone was hurling stones, and thunder roared so loudly that the windows rattled. I peeked out the window, trying to make sense of the chaos outside, but visibility was nearly zero, just a curtain of rain and the occasional lightning bolt illuminating the yard. About half an hour later, the storm began to calm. The wind died down, the hail stopped, and I stepped onto the porch to survey the damage. The yard was littered with branches and wet leaves, and the air felt crisp, almost electric after the storm. But something felt off. I heard strange sounds, dull thuds, like something heavy hitting the ground nearby. Thinking maybe the hail had damaged some cars, I decided to check. When I stepped onto the street, I froze. Scattered across the asphalt, right in the middle of the parking lot by the old warehouse, were dozens of birds. Geese, dead. Their white feathers stood out starkly against the wet pavement, some sprawled on the grass, others even on the warehouse roof. I walked closer, feeling a chill run down my spine. These were snow geese, their wings twisted unnaturally, some looking like they'd been torn apart from the inside. I counted about 20 in just a small area, then noticed more on the sidewalks, the roadside, and even one bird dangling from a neighbor's fence, caught by its wing. I stood there, unable to look away. It was like a scene from an apocalyptic movie. The sky was still gray, but the lightning had stopped, and in that eerie quiet, it felt like nature had just played a cruel trick on us. My neighbor, Bill, came out of his house and shouted, "You seeing this, Jim? What the hell is going on?" He pointed to the warehouse roof, where dozens more geese lay. We were both in shock. Neither of us had ever seen anything like this in all our years in Idaho. Later, I learned that similar scenes were found across town. Someone called the Idaho Fish and Game Department, and they said it was likely a lightning strike or powerful updrafts that had caught a flock of migrating geese and hurled them to the ground. But in that moment, standing under the drizzle and staring at those lifeless bodies, it felt like I'd witnessed something otherworldly. Idaho had always been a quiet place, but that evening, I realized that even here, nature could show its strangest and most terrifying face.